In this video, we show the relationship between CHIDIST and the GAMMADIST. We have here CHIDIST of x comma 2 alpha. The degree of freedom is 2 alpha. So our value for alpha will be data validation, list of items, 0.5 to 3. So we can begin with 0.5. Now the data set of the CHIDIST. Array formula. CHIDIST of the x values, comma, and our degree of freedom is 2 times alpha. And the GAMMADIST. So this is equal to array formula. GAMMADIST of the x values, comma, and our alpha, comma, our beta equals 2. And the type is 1 because it's cumulative distribution function. And we chart this. We insert chart. And we'll use cutter chart. And show the trend line, polynomial to the 6th degree. For the label, use the equation. For the legend, position at the bottom. So here's our trend line and polynomial. Next, we calculate the Taylor-Maclaurin series sum using for the GAMMADIST. So this is side. Here we have this is 1 minus the summation of a times x to the power n plus alpha over gamma alpha times 2 to the power alpha. And our a coefficient is -1 to the power n over 2 to the power n times factor of n times the quantity alpha plus n. And n is from 0 to infinity. In this case, 16 is good enough as approximation. And our coefficient is array formula -1 raised to the power n divided by. There are 3 parts of the denominator. The first part is 2 raised to the power n. So that's the first part. Now the second part. Factorial n. So that's factorial n of n. And finally, the third part, which is the quantity times the quantity alpha plus n. And enter. Now we continue with the expansion, which is array formula. SERIESSUM of the x values raised to the power n plus alpha. So that will be n plus alpha starts from alpha. And our n starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. So the increment is 1. And the coefficient will be this range. And we continue. The series sum, there's a denominator here. So we factor in the denominator, which has 2 parts. The first part is gamma alpha. So gamma of alpha. The second part times 2 to the power alpha. 2 raised to the power alpha. Now we continue with the coefficients. We complete the coefficients and we generate the equation. There's no equation, so we add the equation. Customize series, trend line, polynomial to the 6th degree, and the label, use the equation. And we change the color of yellow to green to match our data set. Change this to green. because we don't have yellow in the data set. Now we'll calculate this polynomial regression coefficients using LINEST. To do that, we complete the LINEST matrix. So transpose 0 to 6. And the elements of the matrix will be array formula of the x values raised to the power 0 to 6. And enter. And the coefficients now is LINEST, data y, and data x. And here we have LINEST. That's the expansion, data y, and data x. And finally, the GAMMADIST. So LINEST, data y, gamma, data x. And we modify our formulas. So begin with the GAMMADIST. We factor in 1 minus. So the green and the blue are on the same trend line. So their values are also the same. The data sets are now the same. We modify the expansion. So here we factor in also 1 minus. Now all values are the same, or data sets are the same. So we can continue with alpha equals 1. Then alpha equals 1.5. Alpha equals 2. And alpha equals 2.5. And alpha equals 3. Their values are still the same and they match to the polynomials. So this completes the use of CHIDIST, GAMMADIST, gamma function, and Taylor-Maclaurin SERIESSUM and LINEST polynomial regression.